Welcome to our channel, the ultimate destination for collectors and coin enthusiasts. Here, we explore the rarest and most valuable British 5p coins, the ones that could turn your dusty old change into treasure. In today's video, we're counting down the top 5 most valuable UK 5p coins, from rare mint errors to uncirculated proofs, and sharing why they're worth so much in today's market. Starting off our list is the 1990 UK 5p coin. One of the last years before the size reduction, these coins in uncirculated or proof condition are highly sought after. Even some error versions have sold for hundreds of dollars at auction. The combination of age, size, and condition makes this coin a favorite among collectors. Next up is the 1995 5p coin. Most are common, but rare uncirculated coins or those with mint errors, like double strikes or off-center designs, can fetch significant value. It's amazing how a coin from just a few decades ago can become a collector's prize with the right condition. The 1999 5p coin is another must-watch. Some 1999 coins have small die varieties or striking errors that make them rare and collectible. Dusty ones in circulation may not be worth much, but an uncirculated or proof coin can be valuable. The 2008 British 5p piece, and exploring whether it's just pocket change or a hidden treasure worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Welcome back to the channel, coin lovers. If you're into rare coins, numismatics, or turning your old change into cash, you're in the right place today. We're uncovering the history, rarity, and current market value of the 2008 UK 5p coin, especially those found in dusty, circulated condition but with something special. First, let's go back in time. The British 5p coin was introduced in 1968 as part of the UK's move toward decimalisation. It replaced the old shilling and became, and still is, one of Britain's most commonly used coins. These coins are made of cupronickel, that's a copper-nickel mix, and in 1990 the size was reduced, but the design remained essentially the same, the crown thistle, which is Scotland's national flower. Fast forward to 2008, the year our coin was minted. One of the final years before the UK started switching to plated steel versions in 2011. At first glance, a 2008 5p seems like everyday pocket change. But, as we'll see, there's more to the story segment. What makes a 2008 5p coin interesting? Okay, so what's interesting about the 2008 5p? Why are people talking about it now? Most 2008 5p coins are extremely common. Millions were minted by the Royal Mint that year, mainly for circulation. That means most of them are worth face value only 5p. But in the coin market, there are a few key things that can turn ordinary into extraordinary: errors, varieties, die issues, and uncirculated/proof coins. Segment 3: Rare varieties and error coins. Some 2008 5p coins may be valuable if they have unusual characteristics caused by minting errors. These can include off-center strikes, double strikes, misaligned designs, clipped planchets, die cracks and cuds. If you find one of these anomalies on your dusty, it could be worth far more than face value. For example, similar error coins from other years have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, depending on rarity and collector interest. Insert real auction footage/listings later in the video for specifics. We'll cover market prices soon. But the big value usually comes from coins that were never circulated. Uncirculated or proof coins. Uncirculated coins are mint condition, no wear, perfect surfaces, usually found in coin sets directly from the Royal Mint. Proof coins are even more special, struck with polished dies for collectors, often with frosted details and mirror-like fields. Display comparison shots: uncirculated versus circulated 5p coins. A 2008 uncirculated or proof 5p can be worth significantly more, especially in certified grades like MS65, MS66, or PR70. Certified coins from grading companies like PCGS or NGC often fetch higher prices at auction. Alright, now to the big question: what are these worth today in the market in real money? Most standard 2008 5p coins, even dusty ones, are still worth around 5p, but here's where it gets interesting. Error or variety coins can sell anywhere from $10 to $500 plus, depending on the rarity and severity of the error, the eye appeal, and whether the coin is graded and rare. Uncirculated or proof 2008 5p coins, especially in high grades, have been known to trade for $50 to $300 plus or more. Optional: insert screenshots or video clips of auction listings showing recent sale prices. This boosts credibility and viewer trust. Now, if you're wondering how to find valuable ones, here are some pro tips. Host with on-screen bullet list. Check your loose change regularly. Look for errors or unusual markings, use a magnifying glass or smartphone macro lens, compare with official coin guides or catalogs, get potential rarities graded profession. So there you have it, the humble 2008 UK 5 pence coin might not be instantly valuable in most cases. But it's a great example of how coins from everyday circulation can surprise you, from mint errors to uncirculated collector pieces. There's always value waiting to be discovered. Next coin. The 2006 UK 5 pence coin, and exploring whether it might be more valuable than you think. Will cover the history, the rare varieties, how to spot errors and valuable versions, and what these coins can sell for in today's market in US dollars. Let's start with the basics. The British 5 pence coin was introduced back in 1968. The same time the UK moved to decimal currency. It replaced the old shilling and became a staple of everyday British money. The 5p is made of cupronickel, a mix of copper and nickel, giving it that familiar silvery look. In 1990, the coin size was reduced, but the basic design stayed the same for decades. In 2006, the Royal Mint produced millions of these coins for everyday use. Most of them changed hands dozens of times in buses, pound shops, and tills across the UK, so at first glance, a 2006 5p looks like ordinary pocket change, but as we're about to find out, some versions are much more interesting to collectors. Most 2006 5p coins are common and worth their face value, just 5 pence. That's about 6 to 7 cents in US dollars. But collectors look for things beyond face value. They care about condition, how worn or shiny a coin is, errors, mistakes made during minting. Special varieties, subtle differences in design, uncirculated or proof coins, mint condition examples. So let's break down what can make a 2006 5p coin stand out from ordinary pocket change. Coins aren't perfect. Sometimes tiny mistakes happen while they're made. These mistakes, called errors, can make a coin rare and valuable. For example, on some coins, the design might be off-center, the coin might be struck more than once, a double strike, part of the coin might be missing a clipped planchet, tiny cracks in the die create lines or marks. Collectors love these. Aren't common on 2006 5p coins, but when they do show up, collectors get excited. An error coin can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to hundreds, or even more depending on how unusual and eye-catching the error is. Off-center 5p, $20 to $200 plus. Double strike 5p, $50 to $300 plus. Clipped planchet 5p, $30 to $250 plus. Note, actual sold prices vary by condition and buyer demand. Even more valuable than error coins are uncirculated versions, coins that never got worn down by pocket use. These often come in official sets sold by the Royal Mint. They can be identified by their sharp details, full luster, and lack of scratches. And then there are proof coins specially made for collectors with polished surfaces and striking detail. A 2006 proof 5p, especially in perfect graded condition, can be worth significantly more than a regular circulation coin. Serious collectors pay premiums for high-grade proofs, especially if they're certified by grading services. So while a worn 2006 5p might be worth only pennies, a pristine proof version could fetch tens or even hundreds of dollars. Let's get into market values, real-world money. Here's a rough guide to what 2006 5p coins can sell for today in US dollars. Depending on what you've got, regular circulated 2006 5p, worth face value about 6 to 10 cents. Nice but worn example, $1 to $5. Uncirculated 2006 5p, $10 to $50 plus. Proof 2006 5p, $30 to $150 plus. Error/variety coins, $20 to $300 plus, rare ones even more. Prices can vary a lot based on who's buying and how rare the coin truly is, but as you can see, there is value beyond face value if you know what to look for. Here's how you can check your 2006 5p coins for value with on-screen steps. Look at the date and design, make sure it really is 2006. Check condition, shiny versus dull, worn versus crisp. Use a magnifier, examine edges and lettering. Compare with known error examples online. Get professional grading if you think it's special. If it looks unusual, like misaligned design or extra spacing, take photos and compare with coin forums or auction sites. So, is your dusty old 2006 British 5 pence coin worth a fortune? Most likely no. Most are still common and worth exactly what they say, 5 pence. Next coin. The 2003 UK 5 pence coin. You might be surprised how much value lurks in places you least expect. We're talking history, rare varieties, errors, and the real dollar values these coins can fetch in today's market. First, some context. The 5 pence coin was introduced in 1968 when the UK transitioned to decimal currency. It replaced the old shilling and quickly became one of the most commonly used coins in everyday British life. The coin is made of cupronickel, a copper-nickel alloy, giving it that familiar bright, silver look. In 1990, the Royal Mint shrank the coin size, but the design stayed largely the same, and by 2003, millions of these coins were minted and circulated throughout the UK, from London to Glasgow, Cardiff to Belfast. So at first glance, the 2003 5p looks like everyday pocket change. But as collectors will tell you, some coins are more interesting than they seem. Most 2003 5 pence coins you find in your change are common, everyday coins, and if they're worn, they're usually worth only their face value, 5 pence, which is about 6 to 7 cents US. But coin collectors look at much more than face value. They look for condition, how crisp or worn the coin is, errors or varieties, minting quirks that make coins rare, uncirculated or proof, examples, coins that never got spent. Some collectors will pay good money for coins that are unusual, rare, or in pristine condition. So let's take a closer look at what kinds of 2003 5p coins might be valuable. Coins are mass-produced, but sometimes mistakes happen during the minting process. These mistakes, called errors, can make a coin rare and collectible. For the 2003 5p coin, here are some of the key error types collectors look for. Off-center strike, where the design isn't properly aligned. Double strike struck more than once. Clipped planchets, part of the coin missing. Die cracks, fine raised lines from cracked tooling. These errors aren't common, but when they're found in good condition, collectors often pay premium prices. For example, a dramatic off-center error or major double strike can sell for tens to hundreds of dollars, far above the coin's face value. You can insert actual auction examples here later for credibility. Even without errors, some coins are much more valuable simply because of their condition. Coins that were never circulated, sitting untouched in collections or sets, are called uncirculated. These have sharp details and shiny surfaces. And then there are proof coins struck specifically for collectors, with highly polished mirrors and frosted details. A 2003 proof 5p, especially if graded highly by a professional grading service, can be worth much more than a worn coin off the street. So while a dirty 2003 5p may be worth pennies, a pristine uncirculated or proof version can be worth real money. Alright, let's break down what these are really worth today in the US market. Regular circulated 2003 5p, generally worth face value, $0.06, $0.10, nice worn but appealing examples, $1 to $10. Uncirculated 2003 5p, $10 to $60 plus. Proof 2003 5p, $30 to $150 plus. Error or unusual varieties, $20 to $300 plus, or more for dramatic errors. Remember, these are general ranges. Final prices depend on rarity, condition, and how motivated buyers are. Coins graded by services like PCGS or NGC often sell for higher amounts. Here's how you can check a 2003 5p coin for potential value with on-screen steps. Clean visually, just dust off dirt. Look at the date and design, confirm it's 2003. Use a magnifying glass, check edges, letters, and legends. Compare with known error photos online. Consider professional grading if it looks special. If it looks unusual, don't guess, research it. There are great online communities and auction sites where collectors discuss real examples. So is your dusty 2003 British 5 pence coin worth a fortune? Most likely not. Most are still common and trade for pennies, but the possibility of rare errors, uncirculated condition, and proof versions means it's always worth checking. Next coin. The 1990 UK 5 pence coin. From its history, minting details, and rare varieties, to today's market value in dollars, even dusty coins could be hiding hidden treasure. So if you've ever wondered what your old British coins are really worth, keep watching. The British 5 pence coin was first introduced in 1968, during the decimalisation of UK currency. It replaced the old shilling and quickly became one of the most circulated coins in everyday British life. The coin is made of cupronickel, a mix of copper and nickel, giving it its familiar silver color. In 1990, it was still the standard size, before the reduction that came in 1992. So the 1995 p coins are the larger, older style that many collectors love today. This means that 1995 p coins were used heavily in everyday transactions, from bus fares to grocery shopping. Millions were minted by the Royal Mint, so most coins are still common, but rare variations do exist. Now, most 1995 pence coins you find in your change are worth just 5 pence, about 6 to 7 cents USD today. But collectors aren't just looking for everyday coins. They care about condition. Is it circulated, uncirculated, or proof errors? Minting mistakes like off-center strikes or double strikes, rare varieties. Subtle differences in design or die marks, historical significance, like being one of the last larger-sized 5p coins. Even dusty coins can be valuable if they have one of these features. Coins aren't always perfect. Minting errors can make a common coin rare and collectible. For the 1995p, collectors look for off-center strikes, where the design isn't properly aligned, double strikes struck more than once. Clipped planchets, part of the coin missing. Die cracks or cuds, raised lines or blobs caused by damaged dies. These errors are extremely rare, but when they do appear, they can sell for anywhere from $20 to several $100s depending on severity and condition. Even subtle variations like slight differences in lettering or spacing can increase collector interest. Beyond errors, condition is king. Uncirculated coins, ones that never saw everyday use, are often worth much more than dusty circulated coins. These coins can be found in mint sets sold directly by the Royal Mint. They have crisp details, bright luster, and minimal handling marks. And then there are proof coins, struck for collectors with polished mirror-like surfaces. A 1995p proof coin in perfect condition can fetch $50 or more today, sometimes even higher if graded professionally. Here's a quick breakdown of what 1995p coins are worth today in USD. Regular circulated coin, $0.06, $0.10. Nice circulated coin, $1 to $5. Uncirculated coin, $10 to $50 plus. Proof coin, $50 to $150 plus. Error or rare variety coin, $20 to $300 plus. Prices vary depending on condition, rarity, and collector demand. Coins that are graded by services like PCGS or NGC can fetch higher prices at auction. If you think you have a valuable coin, here's how to check it. Identify the date, make sure it's 1990. Examine condition: worn, shiny, uncirculated. Look for errors, off-center strikes, double strikes, clipped edges. Compare with known varieties, online guides, or forums. Consider professional grading. If it looks rare, even dusty coins can surprise you. A small minting anomaly can dramatically increase its value to collectors. So, is your 1990 UK 5 pence coin a hidden treasure? Most likely, it's still just 5 pence. But if it's uncirculated, proof, or has a minting error, it could be worth tens or even hundreds of dollars today. Next coin. The 1995 UK 5 pence coin, one of the most common coins from the 1990s, but also one with surprising potential value for collectors. From its history to rare errors, and what it's worth in US dollars today, this coin has a story worth telling. The British 5 pence coin was first minted in 1968, as part of the decimalisation of the UK currency system. It replaced the shilling and quickly became one of the most widely circulated coins in the country. The 1995 5p is made of cupronickel, a copper-nickel alloy, and in 1990, the size was still the original large version of the coin. By 1995, this coin was in regular circulation, used in everyday transactions across the UK. Millions were minted by the Royal Mint, so most coins from 1995 are common, but some versions are rarer than others, especially if they show mint errors or are in pristine condition. Most 1995 5p coins you find in your pocket are worth 5 pence, roughly 6 to 7 cents USD. But coin collectors are always on the lookout for coins with extra value. They focus on condition, circulated versus uncirculated, errors, off-center strikes, double strikes, die cracks and varieties, small differences in design or lettering. Proof coins, specially minted collectors, so even dusty coins could be worth checking, because a small error or pristine example can fetch real money today. Not all coins are perfect. Mistakes happen at the Royal Mint, and these mistakes, called minting errors, can make a coin rare and valuable. For the 1995 5p coin, collectors look for off-center strikes, design is not properly aligned, double strikes, coin struck twice, accidentally clipped planchets, part of the coin missing die cracks or cuds, raised lines from damaged dies. Coins with these errors are extremely rare. Some have sold for anywhere from $20 to several $100s, depending on the severity of the error and overall condition. Condition plays a huge role in value. Uncirculated coins, those never spent in circulation, are much more desirable. These coins usually come in royal mint sets, with crisp designs, shiny surfaces, and no wear from circulation. A 1995 5p uncirculated coin can be worth $10 to $50 plus. Then there are proof coins, struck specially for collectors with mirror-like surfaces and frosted details. A 1995 proof 5p in perfect condition could fetch $50 to $150 plus depending on grading. Here's a quick guide to what 1995 5p coins are worth today. Regular circulated coin, 6 to 10 cents. Nice worn coin, $1 to $5. Uncirculated coin, $10 to $50 plus. Proof coin, $50 to $150 plus. Error/variety coin, $20 to $300 plus. Host, on camera. Prices vary based on condition, rarity, and collector interest. Coins certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC often fetch higher prices. If you think your coin might be valuable, here's how to check it. Confirm the date, make sure it's 1995. Check condition circulated, uncirculated, or proof. Look for errors, off-center strike, double strike, clipped edges. Compare with known error examples online. Consider professional grading. If it looks raw, even dusty coins could hide surprises. Sometimes a minor minting mistake can increase its value dramatically. So, is your 1995 UK 5 pence coin worth a fortune? Most likely not. Most are still just 5 pence. But if it's uncirculated, proof, or has a minting error, it could be worth tens or even hundreds of dollars today. Always examine carefully, research online, or consult collectors and grading services. That dusty coin might surprise you. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and comment below with the rarest coin you've ever found in your pocket or drawer. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story. Keep exploring, keep collecting, and happy hunting.